Judge William Harper had always believed that justice mattered more than anything else. For over 30 years, he worked hard in the courtrooms, sending criminals to prison and making sure the law was fair for everyone. But now, Harper had found something much bigger and much scarier than anything he had ever faced before. While reviewing some secret files, he discovered proof that pointed straight at one of the most powerful men in the government, Minister Charles Langston. Minister Langston was loved by millions. He gave big speeches about honesty, fairness, and fighting corruption. People trusted him. But the papers Judge Harper held told a different story. They showed how Langston had stolen millions of dollars through fake deals and hidden the money in secret bank accounts overseas. Judge Harper knew he had found something dangerous, something that could ruin Langston's career and shake the entire country. Minister Charles Langston was like a hero to many people. He stood on big stages, made powerful speeches about fighting for the truth, and promised to clean up corruption. People believed every word he said. They cheered for him, voted for him, and trusted him with their future. But behind all the fancy words and smiles, a darker truth was hidden. The secret documents Judge Harper found showed that Langston had been stealing from the very people who trusted him. Money meant for building schools and hospitals was sitting in hidden bank accounts overseas. Langston wasn't fighting corruption, he was feeding it. Judge Harper realized that if the truth came out, it would shake the entire nation and destroy Langston's perfect image forever. Judge Harper knew he was holding something too dangerous to share with just anyone. He had seen powerful people cover up crimes before, and he understood how quickly evidence could disappear. That's why he kept everything secret. He didn't tell his staff. He didn't even trust his old friends. Every night, he took the files home in his briefcase, carefully reading them over again and again. He planned to reveal everything in 2 weeks during a live press conference. But trouble came faster than he expected. One night, while driving home, his car brakes failed. Harper barely escaped with his life. The police said it was just an accident, but Harper knew better. A few days later, someone broke into his house. Nothing was stolen, but his papers had been touched, and on his desk, he found a short, chilling note, "Stay silent." It was a warning, and Harper knew it. Judge Harper refused to back down. That's when he met someone who could help, FBI agent Rachel Dawson. She was young, but already had a big name for being fearless and honest. Rachel was deep into her own investigation about a secret money laundering ring that was tied to powerful people. When Harper showed her the files, Rachel understood right away how serious things were. It wasn't just about Minister Langston anymore. There was a whole network of people protecting him. From that moment, they became a team. They met late at night in quiet spots, far away from prying eyes. Harper trusted Rachel completely, and she trusted him. Together, they started building a case that could finally bring the truth out for everyone to see. Judge Harper and Agent Dawson knew they had to move carefully. They couldn't risk using normal channels because they didn't know who they could trust. So, they met secretly, always choosing hidden places like empty parking lots or quiet diners. They worked late into the night, double-checking every file, every name, and every number. Piece by piece, they built a huge case against Minister Langston. They collected timelines, bank records, witness statements, and even hidden contracts. It was enough to tear down an entire empire, but danger was everywhere. One night, Rachel got an inside tip that someone powerful had ordered the investigation to be delayed. The people protecting Langston weren't just a few bad apples. They were big names, deep inside the government. Harper and Dawson realized that time was running out fast. If they didn't act soon, the evidence could disappear forever, and the truth would be buried. Still, they stayed focused, determined to finish what they had started. Just when things seemed to be going smoothly, Rachel Dawson got a warning. Someone from inside the FBI contacted her, telling her that the investigation into Minister Langston was under serious threat. A high-ranking official had ordered them to delay everything. The pressure to stop the case was growing, and it was clear that Langston's powerful allies were using their influence to shut it down. Rachel's heart raced as she realized how big this problem was. It wasn't just about Langston anymore. It was about a whole network of powerful people who would do anything to protect their secrets. Rachel knew they were running out of time. The evidence was solid. But if they didn't act fast, the people behind the cover-up might erase everything. She and Harper were determined to finish what they started, no matter how much danger they were in. It was now or never. One night, Rachel Dawson got a call that made her heart drop. Judge Harper had gone missing. His car was found parked outside a courthouse, but there was no sign of him inside. His phone was off, and no one had seen him leave. It didn't take long for Rachel to fear the worst. She knew that Harper was deep in the investigation, and now, with him gone, everything was at risk. But then, later that night, Rachel received a surprise. A small USB drive appeared in her mailbox. She plugged it in, and the message she saw made her breathe a sigh of relief. It was Harper. He had recorded the message before disappearing, explaining that he was going into hiding for the safety of his family. But he left everything his evidence, his notes and the passwords, trusting Rachel to finish what they started. He was counting on her. With everything in place, Rachel Dawson knew they had no time to waste. The people trying to stop the truth were too powerful. So, she decided to take a huge risk. She reached out to an independent journalist named Carla Matthews, someone who had exposed government scandals in the past. Rachel knew that Carla had the experience and courage to help them make the story public. When Rachel shared the files with her, Carla was shocked but determined. The truth had to come out, no matter what it cost. Together, they planned how to release everything without anyone stopping them. It wasn't just about one man, it was about exposing a corrupt system. In just a few days, their hard work would pay off. The truth was about to hit the news, and there was no turning back now. The news broke fast. In less than 48 hours, everything was out in the open. People were shocked by the evidence against Minister Langston. Protests erupted in front of Parliament, and the country was filled with outrage. Langston denied everything at first, claiming the files were fake. But when the bank's statements came through and a former aide came forward to testify, his lies couldn't hold up anymore. The truth was too strong. On live television, Langston was arrested, and the country watched as the man they once trusted was taken into custody. It didn't stop there. Several other officials were removed from their positions, and investigations started into areas that were once untouchable. It was a victory for justice, but it was only the beginning. The fight against corruption was far from over. After 3 months of hiding, Judge Harper finally returned. When he walked into the courthouse, he looked tired, but there was a strength in his eyes that couldn't be ignored. The crowd erupted into applause, calling him a hero for everything he had done. He had taken down a corrupt system and survived. As he took his place in the courtroom, he knew the fight wasn't over. But he had won an important battle. Meanwhile, Rachel Dawson received a huge promotion. She was asked to lead a new task force that would focus on fighting political corruption. It was a huge responsibility, but Rachel was ready. The battle was just beginning. Together, they had proven that no matter how powerful someone was, the truth would always find a way to come out.